There comes a moment in your life where everything changes. Not because the world hands you a miracle, but because you finally get sick and tired of hiding. You've been playing small. You've been shrinking to fit into rooms not built for you. You've been biting your tongue, doubting your worth, and dimming your light, just to make sure other people feel comfortable in your presence. But no more. Confidence is not a privilege. It's a rebellion against fear, against doubt, against every voice, internal or external, that ever told you that you're not enough. Confidence is not given, it is unleashed. And today, you stop waiting for permission. You stop asking the world to approve your worth. Because your worth, it was never up for debate. We've been trained to believe confidence comes after success, that we'll feel powerful after we get the job, after we lose the weight, after we hit the milestone, after the world validates us. But here's the truth no one tells you. Confidence is what creates success. Confidence is the energy you carry long before the world notices. It's the fire that burns when nobody claps, nobody cheers, and no one is watching. It's forged in pain. It's born in rejection. It's hardened in silence. And it's only unleashed when you finally say, I don't need to be liked. I need to be real. Let me tell you a story about a man who found his confidence in the most unlikely of places, while mopping gym floors at midnight, before millions heard his voice echo through Peloton workouts, before he was inspiring global audiences with every pedal stroke and every shout of, you can do hard things. Alex Toussaint was just a janitor, dropped out of high school, rejected from military school, kicked out, looked down on, by society, by his own father, by a voice in his head that whispered daily, you're not enough. He was working night shifts cleaning a gym, not training there, not coaching, just wiping sweat off machines used by people chasing their dreams, while he silently wondered if he even had the right to have one. But here's what made Alex different. He didn't let the broom define him. He didn't let the mop bucket erase his dignity. He made a decision. If this is where I'm at, I'm going to do it with pride. I'm going to carry myself like the person I'm becoming, not the person they say I am. He showed up with energy, with discipline, with presence. Every shift became a training ground, not for cleaning, but for becoming. And someone noticed. The gym manager saw his intensity, his attitude, his energy, offered him a chance to train, not because of his resume, but because of the way he carried himself. That was the break, but he still had to earn it. He trained relentlessly. He studied fitness science. He worked on his voice, his rhythm, his delivery. He didn't wait to feel confident. He practiced it until it became real. And when Peloton came calling, he wasn't perfect, but he was prepared. Today, Alex is a global voice of power. He's one of the most recognizable instructors in the world. He's inspired millions, built a life from nothing, but more than that, he's proof that confidence isn't what follows success. It's what creates it. You think confidence comes when everything's going right? No. Confidence is standing in the storm and saying, I still belong here. Confidence is walking into a room where nobody knows your name and acting like you own the floor. Not because you're arrogant, but because you've decided not to let fear take another step forward. You don't need the perfect body. You don't need a massive following. You don't need a golden opportunity. You just need one thing, a decision. A decision that you are done living small. A decision that your voice matters, that your presence has weight, that your dreams don't need anyone's stamp of approval. You've been quiet for too long. You've been watching other people rise. Now it's your turn. Let's break the biggest lie society teaches us. That confidence is about being the loudest, the boldest, the most perfect. False. Confidence is about alignment. It's about walking in your truth. It's about showing up messy, scared, and unsure, but showing up anyway. It's about failing publicly and still getting back up. It's about being vulnerable and still standing tall. It's about knowing that you are not defined by your past, but by the courage you choose to bring into your future. Confidence is in the moment you decide to speak up. It's in the choice to go live when your hands are shaking. It's in the look in your eyes when you say, "I'm not hiding anymore." It's not a switch you flip. It's a muscle you train. And every day you hide, that muscle atrophies. Every day you hesitate, your future waits longer. Let me tell you about someone else. Lizzo, global music star, Grammy winner, unapologetically herself. She was rejected from every label, told she didn't fit the mold. Too big, too loud, too different. She spiraled into depression, lived in her car, cried alone after gigs no one showed up to. But she refused to hate herself. She wrote music that celebrated her identity. And when the world finally saw her, she wasn't becoming confident. She already was. The world just caught up. So what do? How do you unleash your confidence? Start small, but start now. Speak up in that meeting. Post the video you've been overthinking. Walk into that room and introduce yourself first. Say what you believe, even if your voice shakes. Wear what makes you feel alive, not what makes you invisible. Set a boundary. Say no. Say yes to yourself. Every single act of courage is a vote for your future self. Stack those votes. Build your proof. And slowly, the voice that once said, "You're not enough," becomes a whisper you no longer believe. This is the line in the sand. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. You stop apologizing for who you are. You stop waiting for permission. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that can't hold your greatness. You unleash. You rise. You own your power like it's been yours all along. Because it has. So stand up. Not later. Now. Show the world who you are. Not the watered-down version. Not the edited highlight reel. The raw, real, relentless version. Let them see the scars. Let them hear the voice. Let them feel the fire. And when they ask where this confidence came from, tell them, "I didn't find it. I unleashed it." You are not broken. You are not lacking. You are not behind. You are simply one decision away from a life lived fully, loudly, and unapologetically. So make the decision, because confidence was never about them. It was always about you. This is the Relentless Spirit, where pain meets power,